welcome back to another podcast. Today, as usual, I and Shubhajit record another podcast all about the latest transfer news and all that is happening in the Premier League, in the La Liga, and all those latest updates. So, with that being said, guys, let's start today's podcast.
Yeah, let's start.
Okay, Shubhajit, what has been happening in the football for the last few weeks? Like, you tell to the audience.
For the last few weeks, no, I don't remember much, but the last match I remember is Real Madrid winning 4-1 against Granada, and they're at the top of the table, which is a very good news, and which my friend Sandy can't really believe. And we also have other news like Solskjaer getting sacked, and I don't know what. There are a lot of rumors about Zidane, getting the United job, about PSG coach Pochettino, and
Also, man, about
the
Julian
Spanish
Lopetegui.
Lopetegui and Spanish coach Luis Enrique. Ronaldo wants Luis Enrique to coach. There are a lot of news. So let's start.
So, like in the coming winter transfer, there are claims that Antonio Rudiger, the centre back of Chelsea, is the prime target of Real Madrid in the coming winter transfer. So, like, you enlighten the audience about this thing.
Yes, Real Madrid needs a lot of good quality players, not just boost the team individually, but also to create competition. So not only just we are going to try get Rudiger because he's going to be a free transfer in the upcoming transfer window. Not only just Rudiger, we are also going for Mbappe, and we are also trying to get someone in the midfield region. I think also they're targeting Julian Alvarez and some right back Toro. And in the midfield, I think they're targeting Paul Pogba. I don't know what is going to happen, but let's see. Let's hope. For Antonio Rudiger, he's a fantastic centre back. Has won the Champions League last season, so he is a good centre back. We all know that.
And
So
what do you think about the combination, like the German combination of Rudiger and Toni Kroos in the team of Real Madrid?
No, it will be good, but I don't feel there will be much. No, it won't affect that much because Kroos is a maestro and he doesn't specifically need German players to improve the gameplay of his gameplay and the team's gameplay.
Okay.
Kroos can do it with anyone. He can play with high school team and use them.
Right. And actually, Thomas Tuchel, the coach, like the present coach of Chelsea, has been sending like quite strict messages to Rudiger. It's obvious that a good coach does not want to let off go good players like Rudiger. Like he has been performing phenomenally like for the last 1 season and a half, and like even during the match of versus Leicester City, he was the first man to score. Like it was a 3-0 goal victory for Chelsea at the end of the day, but it was Rudiger to score the first goal of the match, and it will be difficult for Thomas Tuchel to get a better centre back in his team because Chelsea is also one of the best teams all across the Europe and has also won the European Champions League last year. So like they will also need to back up with some good centre back in that area. So like you have any thoughts on who Chelsea can bring in and to just cover up the position, man?
Chelsea already has a lot of centre backs. I don't know what they are going to do. They can call back Kurt Zuma. They have Thiago Silva. They have Christensen. They have Aspilicueta. I think they are well equipped with centre backs. And leaving Rudiger won't create such a void. So I don't see Tuchel going for a centre back until and unless he really feels that the centre back position needs to be reinforced with some good players. So it's up to the coach Tuchel, and yeah, we'll see what happens after
Yep.
the league.
And other than Real Madrid, there are clubs like Paris Saint-Germain, PSG, Also Juventus,
Even
because
Bayern Munich.
yeah,
Even
even
Bayern
Bayern
Munich
Munich,
wants.
right. Even Bayern Munich, they are interested in Rudiger because hopefully, like in the coming summer or even possibly in the winter, De Ligt will leave Juventus, and so like they, I think, are making sure that they have a proper player who can replace him in the Juventus team. Like Juventus also used to be like a good team, like, but then since Ronaldo left, I think things are not being that great. But then still, like, we hope that things turn out in Juventus as well. And so, guys, going on to the next topic of today's podcast, the main big thing that is going all around the football world. The fans of Manchester United prayed for more than 3-4 months to sack their coach. They needed a change, they wanted a change, and finally, after the match of Watford versus Manchester United, after that 4-1 loss from Watford, finally, Ole has been sacked as the coach of Manchester United, and like it's crazy. Like I think he has not been performing that well as a coach for almost for a very long time. I think Shubhajit, being a Cristiano and a fanboy of Manchester United, would explain this thing better, I guess. Shubhajit, all to you.
Ole, getting rid of Ole was a good thing. Like in 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 the start of the when Ole went no replaced Mourinho, I guess. Like the in the beginning, he used to be like everyone used to think that Ole would like bring a change, and the players used to play very well with Ole as a coach, but things didn't turn well because if you see the like stats after Ferguson, like this thing has been circulated throughout the social media. We have seen like after Ferguson, there aren't coaches of Manchester United who has won titles like him. If you check the list of managers, uh, uh, you know, Ole is, I think, like, for the last five managers, Ole has won nothing, but the other managers have won something. Like Mourinho has won three or four trophies. Some David Moyes has won one, I think, and some coach, but Ferguson has won the most, I guess. And replacing Ferguson is still very difficult. Luis Van Gaal even won one, I guess. So there wasn't, didn't bring such a change which we all expected from him. And even with Ronaldo, things in United, like we all expect United to go for the Champions League. They are not even qualified right now in the table. They are in the 8th position. They have played 12 matches, and they are in the 8th position of the table, and it's getting difficult day by day. So I think the decision of sacking, Solskjaer is, this after this there won't have any point to sack him because this is the like the dead end. After this, there was no point of return. So they are already in the 8th position, and
Right.
if they lose more, they won't even qualify for Champions. It will be even harder for the next manager to come in and get them to the Champions League spot. And I don't know what is going to happen. Let's pray for the best. Being a United fan, let's pray for the best.
Yeah, like for the replacement of Ole, there are good news to the Manchester United fans, because like quite good amount of coaches are like targeted as the favored. Like Zinedine Zidane is like one of the like the prominent targets to replace Ole, and also coaches like Pochettino, coaches like Julian Lopetegui are like the main
Julian Lopetegui.
targets. Yep.
And even like Ronaldo, I've seen something like I've seen this that Ronaldo wants the Spanish national team coach Luis Enrique to coach United. I don't know what.
See, like,
That must be fake. I don't know. It's just can be
but then
fake
it might
translation.
not be like there
But
is no
like
guarantee.
even Eric Ten Hag is asked like the
I don't think
the
like
general.
Eric Ten Hag would come, like the philosophy of Eric Ten Hag, like the way he plays. I think it suits a lot with Barca, but if not Barca, like probably I think he'll coach to like teams like Bayern Munich or like better teams, like at least not like with Manchester United. Like Manchester
Even
United has a different
he
style of
has
play. Like
no the apart from that, even he has denied all the claims from
yeah,
the journalists.
so the main like are Zidane, are Pochettino, and Julian Lopetegui, right?
Yeah, I think so.
And about the like, let's talk about the match, which like helped the Manchester United fans to change their coach. Like the match against Watford, like
Watford, yeah,
yeah. And as you guys can see in the screenshots, like in the match against Watford, like they scored 4 goals against Manchester
Four
United.
goals.
I did not watch this match. I was busy doing some other stuff. But then like a notification came in my mobile and I was like shocked, just shocked. Like even after the 90 minutes, like 2 goals were scored from their end. Like we were thinking that maybe someone will end up scoring, maybe Cristiano, maybe like some other player.
Even
But
Harry
then
Maguire got a red card.
yeah, like Harry Maguire got a red card in 69 minutes. The only goal to score for Man United was Donny van de Beek. Like this was the guy who was not given quite opportunities from Ole, and like I think that was just the cremation over his entire tenure in Manchester United from Donny van de Beek. Like all the fans were extremely excited that Donny scored the final goals for Manchester United. So guys, you can yeah.
see Joshua King 28 at 28 minutes he have scored, then Sarr scored, then Van de Beek scores, then João Pedro scores, and then
Bonaventura.
We can see the stats like Watford had 20 shots, out of them 7 were on target, and United had 9 shots, took 9 shots, and out of them 3 were target. Possession wise, Man United dominated with a 62% possession. Pass wise, they also dominated. Like they had 553 passes against like Watford had 335. Pass accuracy, United had a better pass accuracy. You can see 79%, and they had 66. Everything was on like United side. Like they Watford even fouled them more, got yellow card more, but Maguire got a red card and offside. We can see that the main game was played by United, but still Watford managed to score 4 goals, and just the typical scenario which we see from Solskjaer's team. So
So
needed a change.
I like at the current scenario, Manchester United is at the 8th position,
Yeah.
and like on the top it's Chelsea, Man United, Liverpool, like teams like Wolves, teams like West Ham, like ahead of Manchester United, and like especially in this year, after the addition of Cristiano Ronaldo, we expected Manchester United to do far better. Hopefully, the next coach who comes into play, like he will for sure like improve United game, and like we hope like the best of luck to all the Manchester United fans who are watching our podcast, and like we hope Manchester United brings back the form of those old days that we all cherish. Like even though we are not the Manchester United fans, but then we have seen those matches, and like it's crazy to see like a Manchester United match of 2010, 2008, like of those times. So guys, moving on to the next topic of our podcast today. Like the next topic is all about Barcelona, the team of my heart, the team of my joy. Like it was Xavi's. Do not laugh. Like do not laugh. There's nothing to laugh at the end of the day. We are the best team. We are the best team.
Continue.
Like we are the best team of the world. Sometimes bad
guys.
things come so as planned, but obviously we kick the asses of Real Madrid fans and the teams of Real Madrid. But anyways,
we are talking about Barcelona. Where do you find Real Madrid in it?
We will
Real Madrid at top of the table. We are at the top of the table.
Okay, this year, only this year, like we
This-
will talk about.
You are
Barca
talking
kicking-
about Barcelona, so why do you have to drag Real Madrid in it? I don't know how fans are possessed. Barcelona fans are over possessed with Real Madrid, like winning.
No.
All the time they are comparing. Why do you
this is-
compare with Real Madrid?
This is just
talk
a
about
fact.
Barcelona.
No, I was telling to the
The
audience.
fact is that Real Madrid is at the top of the table and you are at the 6th.
For
is
sure,
the
for
fact.
sure.
This is the
For
fact.
sure, for sure. But
And we
fact
have
is,
13 Champions Leagues and you have 5 Champions Leagues. This is the
okay,
fact.
okay,
Let's
okay,
move
okay.
on.
Okay, but then for the last 10 years, like Barca has been kicking into the asses of Real Madrid
Yeah, we can
much,
see the
much
Clasico
more.
matches. We have won more matches.
No, like in the last 10 years, I
You
don't
don't.
think. In the last
How
10
many El
years,
Clasico wins do you have?
in the
We
last
have
10 years,
more.
I do not think that
What?
whatever shit like my
You
opponent is
have.
telling.
See, I'll be honest. I'll be honest. At a certain period of time, Barcelona were invincible. Like, there was no stopping Barcelona. At that time, not even Real Madrid, let alone Real Madrid, there was no such team in the world who could stop Barcelona. But that period has gone. But
No, like I think.
even though we try to respect, but if we see the current situation, let's just talk about now Barcelona. Let's not just talk about the past.
Like I think those old glory days,
Yeah,
those days
that
of
you
Luis
can
Enrique,
cherish. That you can
those
cherish.
days of Pep
Of Pep
Guardiola will be
Guardiola.
coming back. We will again be
That
kicking the
is
asses of Real Madrid. And
nice,
next
nice.
topic is about the first match of FC Barcelona, like the first match of Xavi coaching Barca. Like this guy's distracting me a lot, but guys,
Yeah.
I will have to like speak on my topics.
Yeah.
So it is that Xavi was the coach of the first match that like occurred yesterday. Like so, the thing was that Barca somehow managed to win 1-0. Barca played really well. They had a good possession over the ball. It was very good to see young talents over the wing areas, Ilias and Abde. But like unfortunately, it was just a 1-0 goal victory. But then, as Xavi said in his post conference of the match, that he is expecting a lot more from this team. He thinks that he can build upon this team, kick on Real Madrid's asses, and like move on and create one of the best teams of Europe, as always it used to be until 2015-16 season. And that is continued to the topic that Umtiti might be like thrown away from the team of Barcelona. Like Barca president and all are considering that the contract of Umtiti might be cancelled if he does not like shows proper signs of playing good football in the coming weeks. And if he doesn't, he will be tried either to sell in the coming transfer window, which is like quite impossible, and if not, then for sure he will be kicked out of the team and his contract will be cancelled.
Xavi wants Al Sadd striker.
Oh yes, Xavi. Like I don't think like this thing is gonna help like Xavi and all, but then I don't know why like Xavi is behind a striker from Al Sadd.
Sadd.
Like what is his name? Shubhajit? Like Baghdad.
Baghdad.
So
Baghdad
like the
Bunja.
striker from Baghdad,
Algerian.
Bundeja, like this guy, like Xavi wants him like to solve the lack of goals in Barcelona. I think this thing is not good. Like this thing won't work for me. Like
Why
he
do you
has
think?
brought a lot of staffs from Al Sadd, that is okay, like as a coaching staff, but a player who has been playing in the Qatari league, I don't think that he can
don't
make changes in the top 5, like one of the top leagues of football, in that is La Liga, and also playing for one of the best teams of Europe in FC Barcelona, where there will be competition against Real Madrid, against FC Bayern Munich, against Manchester United, against Chelsea, like against top performance of, like I don't think like Baghdad, Moned, Jua, whatever, like he can be a solution to the goals, like the lack of goals in Barcelona. Like like not speaking about the rumors, like I especially think that players like Lewandowski, players like that Lazio striker, the Italy Immobile, like exactly Ciro Immobile. I think these kind of players, like these type of ethical strikers are required in Barcelona right now, rather than these some Baghdad and all, like who I don't think that these players can really make up a change. I think that this is also like a very slight rumor kind of thing. This is never gonna happen in Barcelona, but still, as this thing has come up, so like even the 90-minute and also EA Sports is like bringing out these news. So like we need to address this, but I really don't think that Barcelona will ever sign such players. Rather, we need proper strikers like Erling Haaland. Like Barca will for sure try to signing him in the coming summer or even in the coming winter. hopefully in the coming summer most probably, because in the this coming winter season, like in the winter transfer window, like Barca has only given $10 million to Xavi to like purchase players. Like I do not think like this much amount will be okay, but then
No,
we
this
have
amount can be used to buy that Bonda striker, the Algerian striker. He'll be
El
cheap. The striker from Al Saad, he'll be cheap.
Baghdad.
So yeah, I do. Don't you think like if there is a goal crisis and Xavi would think of his former striker who had scored a lot of goals, and he can be bought for a very less fee.
See, bro,
So
it's
don't you
like
think so?
it's like Sunil Chhetri going to Real Madrid to solve the goal problems. Like Sunil Chhetri is one of the best players in Asia. Like he is one of the top
Yes.
scorers in international games. But like I don't think that anybody has ever heard about Baghdad. Like many people had heard about Sunil Chhetri even outside India. But then I think there's hardly anyone like who has heard about Baghdad other than Xavi and his coaching staff. So I don't think that
No,
this guy will bring a solution.
don't you think like Xavi has a trust on him, and if there is a very less fee for to use, he can go for that former striker.
No, no, man. Like I do not consider that. But
Okay, okay.
if Xavi
Yeah.
does, like if Barcelona really wants him, like that might happen. But as a fan, as a
Hmm.
football enthusiast, I do not consider Baghdad coming to FC Barcelona.
Okay,
Like not
okay.
at all, not at all.
So let's jump to the next, like your for you, the team you're most so obsessed with.
Which one?
You know the name, which is at the top of the La Liga table. So
Okay, yeah,
we'll
like
we need to talk about
Vinicius Junior, like, and Karim Benzema is like one of the like top scorers this year in La Liga as of now. But then let's see what Ansu Fati brings in. Like even though like I do not consider Ansu Fati to come and score a lot of 20, 30 goals a season. Hopefully, most probably like Karim Benzema is for sure going to win the Pichichi this year.
Yeah, so let's just see the last match which Real Madrid had won and won at the top went to the top of the table. This is the match against Granada, which we have won 4-1 by 4-1, in which some guy named Luis Suarez at 34 minutes scores. I seen the
Uh,
highlights. He scored, and in the beginning, at the 19th minute, Asensio scores. The guy who you were talking about, like he has downgraded in our last podcast. We told that he have downgraded a lot. He scores in the 19th minute, and he just got the starting
I think
chance.
it was not just me. I think even you agreed with me. But then like it happens. Like we
No,
wish.
I told that he didn't get the starting chances. Like in the yesterday's match, if you see the lineup, Asensio started and he scored in the 19th minute. That is how you prove yourself. He got the chance and he scores in the 90th minute, and in the second goal was scored by Nacho Fernandez with a brilliant corner taken by Cruz and in the combination with Modric, and Nacho scores. That was a brilliant, passing exchange. That the passing exchange was brilliant. And after the half time, no, after that, Luis Suarez, the guy from Granada, scores at 34
And then
minute.
Vinny
Then
like
after
after.
halftime, Vinicius Junior scores at 56 with a brilliant counter attack. Then
And then like
he,
it was Ferland
then
Mendy.
Haaland Mendy with a brilliant
Like I have
last
a
nail in the
point.
coffin.
Yeah, like I have a point to add here, that there has been a few problems with this name Mendy, because as we
Yeah,
know,
yeah,
the left back, like the full back from Manchester City, Benjamin Mendy has been arrested for a long time, and like there were some newspapers who published like the photo of Ferland Mendy. Some like also did it like posted the pictures of Edward Mendy, like the goalkeeper from Chelsea. Like they confuse their faces. Like so, this is not right. I
this
think
is
this is
not right at
right at
all.
all. Like this is a symbol of racism. Like as the player looks black and almost like kind of similar in their skin color. Like you cannot post the picture of Lionel Messi when you talk about Cristiano Ronaldo, right? Like even like these things do not happen with the people like the white people. Why does these things happen with black people? But then like we will like do not want to extend this thing, but then like we really want like we do not want to see such thing in the like the coming days, that
Yeah.
we are confusing up people just because of their skin color, and just because like their skin color seems similar. So like this thing needs to get changed, and like the journalist also needs to keep these things in their mind.
Yeah, of course. And let's just see the stats of the game. We can see Real Madrid in the match against Real Madrid versus Granada. Real Madrid had 21 shots and they had 11. And out of those 21 shots, there 10 shots were on target, and they had only 3. In position wise, we dominated with the 69%,
Oh yes,
and with passes,
and like I'm shocked with the pass accuracy, like my
687
91.
pass. Yeah, we have our midfield. You know that midfield, that
Yeah,
the
yeah,
midfield
like
which won 3 peat. I don't want to say. I don't want to brag about it. We all know what midfield we possess.
yeah,
So
like
with
the best. Like I
one of
like to
the.
be honest, it is the best midfield. Yeah,
I
continue.
think only one midfield trio can beat this our trio, that is
Busquets,
Barcelona's
Xavi,
midfield. Yeah,
Iniesta.
only this Barcelona's midfield can beat. Otherwise, there is no other
Bro,
midfield in the
bro,
world can
bro,
can be at par. Yeah.
bro, Pedri, Nico Gonzalez,
Yeah, that
and
is the
Gavi.
future. That is future. No? Of course, they are going. They're generational talents, but we'll see that from them. Yeah, of course, Pedri is a very good player. Like, and just
Even
compare
Nico
them with,
Gonzalez
like,
and Gavi.
they are playing brilliant. They're playing brilliant.
Exactly,
They
absolutely,
have a huge
absolutely.
future around. Like, so let's see that let's go back to the match with the 69% position, passes 687 passes, and 91% pass accuracy. And which my friend was talking about, fouls. Granada had fouled more with 10, yellow cards, same with 1-1,
And
and red
like in the
cards
group
also.
standings,
Yeah,
Real
you
Madrid
can
is
see
at the
the
top,
standings. We are at the top, and I don't know how
10
long
points
we are
ahead
going to
of
be at the
Barca.
top. Yeah, we hope.
Not
As a
so
Real Madrid
soon, bro.
fan, we
Like
also hope.
I
I
can.
hope for Barcelona to move up and get the competition up, because I don't think there is a future of this league if unless all of the top teams play well. But because
And
I
like I
think
also
Premier League,
understand
yeah,
that my friend is like bored to see his
yeah,
team in the top of the table, and I
yeah.
promise that
I also
very
think
soon, within the
this,
coming 3-4
yeah,
months, they will see themselves in the
I,
third or fourth position with Barca at the top.
yeah.
Mark my words, this is gonna happen.
The only thing that I'm not just bored. I'm telling about the thing that even with Real Madrid, this Real Madrid won't even be able to beat Bayern Munich or Liverpool, not just Liverpool, or the Chelsea, teams like Manchester City, PSG. You need to beat teams like that. In order to beat them, you need to have some competition. We don't have any competition in La Liga. That is what I'm trying to say.
Yes,
It's
yes,
not just I'm
absolutely.
bored. Yeah, so
Coming to
let's.
competitions and teams from the English Premier League, from the Italian League, like we would like to end this podcast with the latest transfer news of the coming winter season, like the winter transfer season. So, like Chelsea is focused on bringing in quite good amount of players, like for to be rumored, like Dybala is one of them, like whom Chelsea will be targeting in the coming winter transfer season. And before ending, let us once again discuss about one last match, that is
Augsburg.
Bayern Munich versus Augsburg. Exactly.
I knew that. I knew that. But this is something not natural from the football in the footballing world. This time, Bayern Munich has been defeated by some team
Random.
which is in the like relegation zone, which is seriously shocking. But yeah, we have the match against this. You can see that Augsburg has won by like 1 goal, in which Mats Pedersen
Peterson and
uh,
Andre Han.
and scored, and Robert Lewandowski was the only guy to score for Bayern.
I'll
The
tell the
team
stats
start,
this time. Like FC Bayern Munich like had 18 shots, out of them only 4 were on target and only one was able to reach the nets. They had 80% possession, Augsburg having just 20% of the possession. Like it's crazy. Like things
Crazy.
like Barca losing to Levante or something, like having
Levante,
these
yeah.
stats. Passes like almost 800 passes, man. 779 passes. Augsburg having
That's
200 passes, just 200 passes. Like every player
okay.
just giving 20 passes almost. And pass accuracy, like Augsburg having 60% pass accuracy. Like almost one of every three passes is like not being like reaching the player whom they're trying to like pass. And obviously, like Bayern Munich having 87% of the pass accuracy. Corners, 10 corners, like Bayern Munich having 10 corners, Augsburg having just one corner, but still somehow, don't know how, like crazily somehow, like Augsburg managed to win. We will link
Yeah.
the highlights of this video in the description. We do not want to share the video directly in this one because there are a few copyright actions that are taken by the owner of those videos. So like you can like surely check out the highlights of this match in the description. And coming to the table, like right now, Augsburg is in the
Bayern
15th
has,
position, like just above the relegation zone. Bayern, all as usual, in the top, like in 28 points. Dortmund with 27, just a point below. Like I hope like teams like Dortmund, teams like Leverkusen, teams like Leipzig like end up winning the league. Not always Bayern winning the league like sounds good. So yep, and that's all. Like that is all that is going on in the Bundesliga as well. Some team like Union Berlin, Wolfsburg are in the 5th and 6th position. Leipzig, I considered it to be good team, but then after the leaving of their striker, their midfielder, and their centre back, their coach, things are not that pretty well going on in Leipzig. Like we discussed about this thing in one of our
podcast.
first or second
Yeah.
podcast.
What Bayern are
So
trying to do.
exactly, like out of the competition. So like this video, guys, you can go and check up in the I button. And
Yeah, I think of no, the Pichichi which is already said, but if you check the Pichichi stats, like we can see Vinicius Benzema at the top with 10 goals, Vinicius with 8, Depay with 7, and Suarez with 7. The guy you sold off, the team sold off. Raul de Tomas with 7, Oyarzabal with 6, Jose with 6. So,
like
what do you
Vinicius has
think?
a better goal conversion than Karim Benzema, also better shot accuracy, so that is like really good. And coming to shot accuracy, I think Memphis Depay is having like better shot accuracy percentage. Also, like Falcao is having better shot accuracy percentage with 5 goals. I consider Memphis Depay to give a good competition to Vinicius Junior and Karim Benzema, but like still I consider, I like at the end of the day I don't think that Karim Benzema like can be like I don't
Beaten.
consider anyone like beating Karim and getting the Pichichi. Might be Luis Suarez, like if he like
he can do
pulls
it.
up his socks, and also little chances of Depay, but mostly 90% goes to Karim Benzema.
Okay, that is
Yep. So guys, that
from
is
Barcelona
like
fan.
yeah, like that is okay. Like from Barcelona fan, doesn't matter. Anyways, truth is truth.
Yeah.
So guys, that is all. I think that is
Yeah,
going
that is
on
all.
currently in the footballing world.
Yeah.
And yep, guys, that's it. You can check out our other podcasts in this playlist. You guys do like this channel, do subscribe, share this. Like we need subscribers, like we need people to watch this podcast, which like brings us lots of hopes, lots of confidence to shoot more and more of podcasts and share it with you guys. I hope you liked it, and if you did, you just know what to do. Just the routine works of liking, sharing, and subscribing, and sharing with all your footballing friends. So, guys, that's it for today.
Yeah.
We'll see you soon, and bye.
Bye.